One of my followers on Twitter had tagged me in this post right here, but before I get into this, I wanted to talk about this little tab that's right here on the screen. If y'all see right here in this little area right here, it's a red symbol with an exclamation point on it, and I've never seen this before until now. And ironically, this is a screenshot coming from TMZ. But look at what happens when I hover over it. And I have the news guard attachment on my computer, just basically letting you know where you get your news from and saying that if it's a good place to get your source from or whatever. And this is what came up for TMZ. Now, some of it's cut off, but you can see it right here. It says, proceed with caution. This website fails to adhere to several basic journalistic standards. What else did it say? This is a celebrity gossip website owned by AT&T that frequently breaks news relying on unnamed sources without describing its reporting methods. Interesting how that they put that up there, and that's on TMZ, but we already knew what TMZ was already all about. But I thought that was interesting considering TMZ is still around. But anyway, I just wanted to point that out there before I get into the story. So we are talking about Jerome Adams again, who is the U.S. Surgeon General, telling LeBron that he urges him to take the COVID vaccine and to lead by example. You know, I've had and still do have my issues with Jerome Adams. Ever since he made that comment a few months ago, right around the time when COVID-19 was still in its infancy stages. Like, the way that he talks to black people or talks down almost reminisces that of how Obama used to talk to us, only he's not in a very high position. And he always does this whole lead by example thing where it's always talking about a black person doing it and everything like that. And this right here, what I'm about to talk about, literally piggybacks off of a video that Jay Lethal did on his channel. I think I shared his video on my community tab where Fauci, I'm just calling Fauci because I refuse to put doctor there because it's still a question mark over that, where Fauci said that more black entertainers and celebrities and sports figures need to take the vaccine to get other black people to do it. And that was like a week ago. Fast forward to this, and now Jerome Adams is urging LeBron to do it. What I've always wanted to know is that they constantly like to use LeBron James as a guinea pig to get other black people to follow him. Truth be told, Jerome Adams, I don't know if anyone's told you or not, but not every black person is a fan of LeBron James. But I believe it or not. But see, he's not, you can tell he's somewhere off in La La Land somewhere, like many others. Now, I said before, I've had my issues with LeBron in the past, but what makes him the quote-unquote go-to person every time something like this happens, and y'all expect him to just be the one that's going to just lead the people into the realm of wherever? It's because they know he has influence. And they're like, oh, if LeBron takes it, then other black people will take it. No, that's not the case. How many black people have taken this vaccine for the last couple of weeks and black people still aren't biting? It's not the person, it's the situation, it's the historical context behind it all. I cannot stand this little Bill Butterball head buffoon. I swear, if you shaved off his eyebrows, he looked like a thumb. But let me go ahead and get into this. U.S. Surgeon General Jerome Adams says LeBron James can help end the pandemic, explaining Monday if the NBA superstar takes the COVID vaccine, others will follow suit. First off, how is one person taking the vaccine going to end the pandemic? Explain that to me, Jerome Adams. That one statement alone right there deserved for you to have your mic cut. LeBron James, I know you've been a big supporter of masks, Adams said on KTLA. I want to know when you're going to take the shot. Not the basketball shot, but the COVID shot. Was that supposed to be a joke? If it was, it fell flat. Throw a tomato at this man. Because I did it, because I know it's safe, and we want to make sure people understand this is how we end the pandemic. Excuse me, I didn't know a vaccine was supposed to end the pandemic. I didn't know that, because if that was the case, the flu would have ended a long time ago, which they still have the vaccine or the flu shot flying around for the flu. And the flu is still here and has been here for many decades. This does not end a pandemic, you idiot. No wonder this article was posted up on TMZ. Adams says if LeBron publicly vouches for the vaccine, he's confident it could send a huge message to anti-vaxxers. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. But like I said, this goes back to what Fauci said. If you can get celebrities and entertainers, musicians, sports figures, even socialites, people who are like really popular in the black community to say that they'll do it, that they'll get other black people to follow it. But I humbly believe that will not happen. See, they barking up the wrong tree. So the thing is, the black people of today, for the most part, not gonna say all of them, but the black people of today, especially like my generation and the generation that's following mine, are much more savvy with even how people word certain things, opposed to how our parents and our grandparents were back in the day, where a lot of them unfortunately fell for a lot of the BS. And then we have access to a lot of technology that allows us to really research this stuff. We don't even know to this day what's even in that vaccine, quote unquote vaccine. We don't know what's in it. And now you have this new strand that's supposedly coming from Europe, from the UK, that they call the mutant, that if that thing comes over here, now we're going to have even bigger problems on our hands that this current quote unquote vaccine won't be able to fix. That means you want to go back to square one and do a whole nother round, because this is a new strain. Adam says he hasn't been personally reached out to LBJ with the request, and I highly doubt that he will. But he said if we were able to get a hold of the LA Lakers champ, he'd tell him to urge others to donate plasma as well. So first you want him to take the vaccine. Now you want his plasma. Why don't you just like donate his body to science at this point? Nah, I shouldn't have said that, because they might actually do it. They might actually try to do that. Listen, this reminds me all the way back to Henrietta Lacks, the HeLa cells with cancer, and how they stole the cells from her body without informing her or her family, and they got bank off of that, and her family didn't get paid for years because of it. Her family just started getting payments like within the last 5 to 10 years for something that happened back in what, the 40s or the 50s, somewhere around that time, maybe even before. Take the shot, LeBron Adams said. Take the shot and encourage people to go to the fightinus.org, LeBron, and give plasma. That's how they can save a life this holiday season. My thing is this. Why did Jerome Adams immediately go to LeBron James with this? As if LeBron James is the only influential person in America, maybe even the world right now. He makes it seem like LeBron James is only influential to just black people. It's other groups of people that like LeBron James too. And why doesn't he go to other groups of people? Like I said, Fauci let the cat out of the bag with that comment. And now they're really going to ramp up, and they're going to go hard, and they're going to go heavy with this. They want black people to take this vaccine so bad because of that stuff that they pushed out there months ago, saying we were the most susceptible to get it. And now everybody else, now they are pushing us to take this vaccine and whatnot. But yeah, Jerome Adams, he's a clown. He is a whole goofy, red nose, big shoe wearing, white makeup on the face wearing clown. For real. And they're going to say he needs to lead by example. Let me tell you this. Wasn't it Laura Ingraham that told LeBron James a couple years ago to just shut up and dribble? We took insult to that. He actually made bank off of that because he made some merch on that shut up and dribble. But Jerome Adams, go bark up another tree and see if you can get somebody else to do it. Why LeBron James? They always go to LeBron James. Always. Always. Could you imagine if Michael Jackson was still alive? They would have been probably doing the same thing with him. Now it's crazy. They don't go to any other person but him. They don't go to, say, a Beyonce who has influence. They don't go to the Kardashians who have influence. How they have influence, I don't know. Who else? You can name so many other people out here, but they stay going to him. They stay mentioning LeBron all the time. As if LeBron James is supposed to just leap and jump when they say to do it. And I bet you when he was being interviewed and talking about it, he probably said it in the most condescending tone. He probably didn't sound like he was in some kind of concern. He probably said it in a very demanding tone, much like how 44 would speak to us, as in talk down to us. I hope LeBron does not do this. And if he does, if he should choose to want to take this vaccine, let him take it on the low, away from the media, because then it's going to go back to Jerome Adams. But like I tell you, if he does take it, this is not going to be because he wants to influence other black people to take it. If he takes it, let it be because he wants to take it, which I don't think he will, honestly speaking. But this whole thing of, oh, we got to get black people to take it, ones who have influence, because if they do it, then other black people will do it. They still believe that many black people, or a vast majority of black people, still follow in the footsteps of these figures in Hollywood. Unfortunately, there are some that still do. But when it comes to this, I think we're putting on our thinking caps and we're being very strategic with our line of thinking when it comes to something as potent as this vaccine. And let's be real here. The vaccine is going to have different effects on everybody. Everybody is different. Just because it may not have had an effect on you right now, or as far as we know, doesn't mean it's going to have the same effect on LeBron James. Now, what if LeBron James takes this vaccine and he starts feeling some type of way? It's going to come back on your head, but then he's going to try to run for cover. But at that point, if he does have a side effect, we're going to come for Jerome Adams' neck, or should I say his dome. And it won't be hard to miss, as big as that thing is. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure y'all have your notification bell clicked, the notification set to all, and I will talk to you in the next one.